This is the start of a two-step process. Get the report, decide whether it's legit or not, and then put pressure on and potentially move to the termination of security assistance to the nation.
A group of Democratic senators is introducing a resolution calling on the Trump administration to produce a human rights report about El Salvador. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost continues to cover the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case. She joins us live in studio with the very latest developments. Mackenzie?
Yeah, Kai, so we saw Senators Chris Van Hollen, Tim Kaine, and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer announce this effort earlier today. They say this will force President Donald Trump and his administration to detail what they're doing to comply with court orders, including the U.S. Supreme Court ordering the administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to the United States.
To require the State Department to issue a report on the situation about human rights in El Salvador, particularly the conditions in the prison where Americans are being held, whether El Salvador is taking steps together with the administration to facilitate compliance with the Supreme Court's ruling. Are they interested in following the rule of law or not?
We know a threat to one is a threat to all. So we're going to force a vote on legislation to require this lawless administration to explain its actions to the American public.
No one can communicate with Abrego Garcia or others in those prisons in El Salvador either. Not his wife, not his mother, not his lawyer. That is a violation of international law.
Now, Senator Kaine says this resolution does not need the approval of the U.S. House, just enough support in the Senate to start this process. Meanwhile, we're getting a look at another protective order Abrego Garcia's wife filed against him, this one in 2020. Now, it was before the protective order we have been reporting on that she filed in 2021. In this 2020 order, which she filed in August, Jennifer Vasquez told the court Abrego Garcia hit and slapped her. She also claims she has a recording of him saying if he killed her, no one could do anything to him. About a week later, Vasquez filed to rescind that petition, saying Abrego Garcia agreed to continue counseling, and if he did not, he would sign divorce proceedings. Now, this is all happening while the Trump administration does not appear to be backing down from its current position. Despite that Supreme Court order, there are reports that Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reached out to El Salvador about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, but the administration says Rubio is not going to talk publicly about policy or any negotiations. And this morning, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller told reporters the American public should be grateful to El Salvador for accepting people the United States is deporting there. But he also indicated court rulings are not going to dictate what the administration does.
We are not going to allow a district court judge to try to become the Secretary of State. This is a person that was a clear and present danger to the safety of the American people. And it is a sad reflection on the state of our media and many of the outlets represented in this room that you obsessively try to shill for this MS-13 terrorist. Well, no coverage occurred in your papers about any of the Americans that were raped and tortured and murdered by the illegals that Biden was importing into our country.
Now, in the district court case, we can expect to see the discovery process to continue on Monday. In the studio, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.